So, welcome to the Three Stooges version of the live stream today.
Oh,
Um,
did you say demonstrate like we were supposed to be doing stuff or not just
yes, the topic for today was to
ah.
demonstrate how to pack scissors and blades to go off for shipping. And you know what? Chris here, who works for I don't know, a scissor company,
At a scissor company maybe?
might have some like insight to show us the proper way to pack scissors and clippers. Not clippers, well, even clippers
Blades.
too,
Yeah.
blades.
Well, you know what? I was planning on what to say for the live stream, but what I was planning to say was every so often Abby calls me up when something happens, like they get an order in. So, like I have gotten the calls of we literally got 3 shears and a blade rolling around a box, and they've gotten damaged in shipping because they just, like, threw them in, like, a bag or something. But then I get the, "Oh my god, Chris, you should see this. We love Angie. This is hysterical." Because I am fairly confident that the way Angie packages her shears and blades, the the postal worker could be having a really bad day, drop it and like kick it 3 times as you go to pick it up. You know when you're going to pick something up and you kick it and say, I think they could do that 3 times, maybe 4, bounce it against a wall, and then toss it just out of sheer frustration, and her shit would still be pristine.
It's true. It's
So,
Okay.
true.
I don't know if that's good or overboard or just amazing. I maybe it's all 3 of those things simultaneously. But
Big fan of
what
bubble wrap.
a big fan of bubble wrap. But
All right.
there are some key things I wanted to cover, and I do have a case that says house callers do it anywhere.
Frisky.
Okay. Okay.
No.
I will say that when I was actively grooming, my goal was, for the most part, was to simply bring them to trade shows since I was going to so many of them. But I saved every piece of bubble wrap that I had ever received. When we moved, I didn't have to buy too much bubble wrap. Let's put it that way.
And I wish I had a rubber band because no.
All right, let's start off with why it's important to pack them properly. And I'm just going to, the reason that I thought this was going to be a really good topic was because I should actually watch this TV that my husband, there we go, because who knows what he's going to be watching in the background. That may not be G rated.
I'm gonna not go there. Gonna leave it alone.
All right, but the reason that you want to I guess the reason that this brought up is the importance of why you need to do this. Okay, because I think it was Stephen Toth,
Mhm.
whose wife got cut really badly because the scissors poked through the box and sliced her hand when she went to pick up the box. So at one point, it's kind of safety for the people who are handling your equipment. All right. And that could be the postal workers too. Okay. And people at the other end, such as like Jeannie, who, got hurt because of this. All right. So
That's
I'm
not
good.
cool.
Yeah. So let's start off with why it's important for you to pack your scissors and blades properly. Who wants to go first?
Go ahead, Chris.
We
Chris.
both want to go first because this is so important to both of us. All right, and I'm going to bring up some things that you may not automatically think of. A lot of times scissors get sent in is because a groomer will go, and this happens to us, like we'll see this at shows and people will go, I just had them sharpened, but they're just not right. Something feels off. Or maybe someone else used them and they feel off, or you don't think they have a nick, or you don't think they feel sharpening, but they're not really cutting well. Now, if you just toss them in a box and they get banged around and nicked or damaged in transit, then we're going to pick those up and look at them and go, well, yeah, it doesn't work. It's got this big nick in it, or whatever damage that happened in transit. And we may miss the fact that your tension was either so loose or so tight that it wasn't cutting correctly. So we may miss the actual problem. Like, say, if the problem is tension, and maybe they're just a little bit dull and mostly need their tension adjusted. If they get nicked in transit, we're not going to know that. We're not going to realize that was the problem. We're going to sharpen them, send them back to you. You're going to get them back, readjust it to the tension you like, and go, they still won't work. Why won't they work? So in order to accurately diagnose the problem with your shears, they need to still be in good shape. And also, in terms of damage that may happen in transit, when a sharpener sharpens your shears, if he's doing it properly, if he is working on a flat hone machine and not just trying to grind something off on a wheel, he's taking off like the teeniest bit of metal, like a hair's breadth worth of metal, just to bring that edge back. Sometimes they're not even doing a lot in actual sharpening. They're more correcting the angle on a pair of shears. So if something gets damaged in transit and gets a big nick in it, then they have to take off more metal to fix that nick. So, and they have to take off more metal than they might normally, than they want to fix that nick. We have a question. What about getting brand new shears that were wrapped and they have nicks? Admiral Akbar, it's a trap. Because I try not to talk about other name brands, but if they were, but regardless, wherever you got them, I shouldn't have even read that far down. If they were wrapped properly, then that likely didn't happen in transit. One of the things, yes, Star Wars reference, thank you. One of the things that Mo does, and you'll see a lot of sharpeners do this differently. Some sharpeners have that plastic tip they put on the ends of the shears when they send it back to you. That is a good tip for shipping, because the goal is, let me grab a pair of shears. The goal is you don't want it to open up in shipping, because when it shifts and opens and then bangs, that's when you're going to get a nick. So Mo will either put a rubber band here so that they can't open up, or you can put a rubber band here around the ends. And that's something I would suggest doing just a little bit. Like those, what works great? Those little tiny rubber bands for braces. They work great
Or
just to
grooming
slip
band?
down. What was that?
A grooming band?
Oh, yeah. Or for making bows. Yeah, you take your bow. You take your
So
bow
Angie,
elastic.
is she Mo or curly?
Um,
I'm Mo. I
probably-
have the bangs.
She does have the bangs.
Okay.
Hey, Mo.
Anyway. But yeah, you distracted me, Mary, and I don't know. But
Sorry.
Rubber
yeah.
bands.
Okay. Oh, well, there's two different brands. You know what? Rubber bands. When you buy shears at a show, test them immediately. Check them immediately. That's something we say even when people pick up brand new shears. Take them out, feel them, make sure they feel the same. Do you want hair to cut with them? When you pick up your sharpening, check them right then and there, because you know how you don't like it when you give a dog back to an owner and they go, "Oh my God, he's gorgeous. He's beautiful. Thank you. He's never looked so stunning in his life." And then they call you back a week later after it's rained 3 times and they're like, or even better yet, the next time their appointment rolls around 6 weeks later, they're like, "Yeah, I think I should get this for free because I didn't like it last time. It was all wrong. His hair was all in his eyes. Why didn't you tell me about it? I would have fixed it." Most sharpeners worth their salt, if you call them up like the next day, will be like, "Oh my God, send it back." Shit happens. But check your stuff. And if you're getting something shipped to you that doesn't work, don't be afraid to package it back up and send it right back to them. When you get something at a show, don't be afraid to test it right in front of them to say, "Hey, is the tension set on this correctly? Is everything set?" Because that's I don't want this to turn into a commercial, but too late, too bad, and it's my life. Uh, that's why when you order a pair of Evolution shears at a busy show, we may say, "Come back in like an hour." Because we're backed up. We never, in addition to having to customize it to you, Mo touches everything before it goes out and tests it and makes sure it's perfect. And if it's not necessarily getting that look over by a sharpener, which not every scissor company has a sharpener right there. I'm going to say that. That's not everyone has a sharpener right there. That's fine. But you should still be able to take it away from their table and go groom, and it'll be perfect and fantastic. Did that
Yeah, you
halfway
just bought
answer
it.
the question, or did I ramble? But yeah, don't be afraid to call them immediately and say there's a problem. "Hey, I just got these." Because then they can look at your records and go, "Oh, I mailed that out last week. Yeah, you just got that."
When I would buy scissors at shows, shears at shows, all right, I never purchased, like, I would try it out and then they would like hand me another one.
Yeah.
And I'm like, no.
Well, no, there is a reason for that though.
Okay.
There is a legit reason for that. And while yes, you need to then try out the pair they just handed you. Yes, do that. The demo shears, because they are often just demos and they get handled by everybody and their kid brother, literally sometimes, because a lot of those places where they're not secured and you can just grab it, I'm certain kids just go, "Hoo, hoo, hoo," and they do
Yeah.
what's the, yeah.
But the
I
point
can't.
being is they handed me a pair of scissors. I just didn't automatically want those because I didn't try them yet in my hand.
Mm.
All right. So to answer the question, when it's why I never like to buy shears online, and I know a lot of people do. It's just for me personally. If I'm not trying them, I never felt personally comfortable buying them.
Well, how do you know if they fit? I mean, I guess,
Yeah.
you'd have to have like the perfect average size hand to get the most shears that fit the average size hand. So, what do you do with all the other shears that don't fit? Because, like, I know I have really small hands,
But see,
and 90% of average shears don't even come close to fit in my hand.
Yeah, but the problem was, and I know what Chris is going to say, but
Do
the
you?
problem, yeah, but the problem is not every shear company has the same customer service. That if you buy something online and it doesn't fit properly, that you contact them and they're like, well, you're out of luck.
Well, I hope you all realized that you just went in the closet, took out a soapbox, put it down, and helped me onto it. Is basically what you did. And I'm not even sorry because this one wasn't my fault.
Okay, but let's
So
keep on topic.
no. On topic because finger inserts are not on topic, but I don't care. I'm going to digress for a second. Even if you have the most average size hands, your fingers may be different sizes. So you're going to need finger inserts to then make it fit your hand even better.
Okay.
And the
But
way
let's
shears
get back to how to box your scissors and your blades. Okay.
She just
All right,
shoved me off the
she totally
soapbox.
did.
She just placed me upon. But I'm gonna go, Angie, since we've already said I got the hook. Since we've already said that you are obsessive about how you package your shears, why don't you tell us
Well,
what you
I'll
do?
do the clipper blades because you already did the shears. So
No,
clipper blades,
No, everything.
no, everything. I want to
okay.
because if I'm not mistaken, there's a lot of bubble wrap and tape involved.
Yeah.
Uh-huh.
Okay. So first, we'll start with clipper blades. You get a blade box. So I have a wide blade box and I have a regular blade box. And each individual clipper blade is wrapped in bubble wrap. And then a little piece of Scotch tape is applied to each one on every single blade. The reason is I have blades that are over 30 years old. They are still functioning. They are my best blades for regular size blades. I use them every day. If anything happens to them, there will be words that should not be said in the presence of many people. Because I love those blades.
Unless you're me.
Right. Unless you're Chris, then it's that. But these blades I have taken care of and oiled and cleaned and loved and treated very, very, they're Austers. Now, mind you, the Austers that I have that are 15 years old, I have, they're sitting in a blade box and haven't seen the light of day in probably a decade.
Yeah,
Because
I was
they're different. They're not the same.
I was gonna say it doesn't. I'm not sure it matters even what brand it is because
Well,
across
I
the
don't know that
board
there
they
was
make things the
anything
way they
else.
did 30 years ago.
I don't know that there was any other brand besides Oster back then.
Well, that's
I don't
very possible.
think there was. Because like all my old blades are Oster. I think because that was it.
Now, can I ask, have you replaced the cutting blade on any of them?
Couple of them.
Okay.
Couple of them.
So I used to send my blades out to Tim Love, who's no longer with us. Right. And the reason that I had sent it out, besides being a good sharpener, the first time I sent my blades out to him, he sent them back to me in a cardboard blade box.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
You can buy those.
Yeah, they're not
Every groomer
expensive.
should purchase one and put their blades in them to ship to the sharpener.
Yeah.
You can buy them. You can buy the regular and you can buy the
wide
boxes. And it holds like a dozen.
All right. So where would you buy them?
The wide blade box you can get from AGS, Affordable Grooming Shears. The regular size blade box you can get from, I believe Frank Rowe has them. I know Ryan's has them. Groomer's Choice may also have them. And you may be able to get them on Amazon.
That's what I'm going to look up right now.
You may be able to purchase them on Amazon as well. But after you bubble wrap each individual blade and you put them in that blade box, then you bubble wrap that blade box as well. Rubber band or a little piece of tape. And you put that in your box and you bubble wrap the next one, your wide blade one, and you put that in the box. And then your shears, put them in a shear case, not a plastic little doohickey, in a shear case. Right. Then
And it doesn't
you
have to be
bubble wrap
this
that.
size.
No, you can get, I have little ones.
Yeah.
I have little ones. And the shears just go in there. And then I bubble wrap that, put those in the box. And then I put bubble wrap on top because there's already bubble wrap on the bottom.
All right,
And then
I'm going
enough
to
tape
direct
on
this.
it. You need before.
I'm going to direct this question to Chris. Is it unreasonable to ask the sharpener to return all your bubble wrap?
No, not at all.
I always
and
get it all back.
and yeah, I was gonna say we from and when I say from what I understand, it's because normally I am not in Evolution headquarters. They are in South Carolina. I will be there this weekend. And I'm not supposed to be working, but I'm positive that I'm going to make a quick Facebook video or something but no, they should send it back to you how you send it to them. So
I've
they'll
been using the
wrap
same
it
bubble wrap
back
for
up.
years.
Yeah. Oh, and by the way, guys, I know the cardboard blade boxes you're talking about, but Angie, I think you're going to like this. Angie, go on Amazon and just Google blade box dog grooming. Don't Google, put it in the Amazon search.
Oh, are you talking about the plastic ones?
No, I'm talking about the ones with foam. So it's cushioned.
What?
Oh yeah. Oh, not
When did that
this
become
plant.
a thing?
I don't know, but that shit is hot.
Right?
I mean, yes, they have the plastic ones, the hard plastic ones, which
Yeah, I don't like those for shipping because
they're
I use
brittle.
one of those ones for shipping. And when UPS
Yeah.
stacks huge boxes on your fragile package with insurance, it goes and smushes it. Whereas the cardboard for some reason doesn't. I don't know why.
Yeah, I'm just going to throw a link up into.
Did you see the ones I'm talking about, Mary?
They got a pink one.
Oh yeah. There's a pink one and then there's a black one. That's the pink one is more square. The black one is, but it's all in foam and I almost like the black one better because it looks like it has foam in the top too. So when you close it, it's all. Did you find the one I'm talking about, Angie? Should I just try to get the link in here?
I'm posting the link already.
Okay.
What is the Case Matix clipper guard holder? That one with the 12?
Yeah, that's the pink one. And then there's
And then the large capacity.
Yeah, the Case Matix. That one might actually fit the large ones. Large capacity.
Okay, that's hot.
Yeah. Yeah.
And then I would still put bubble wrap over that. I'm just saying.
But you would put like a sheet of that pink one. Yeah. The pink one doesn't look like it has protection on the top. I would put a sheet of tour bubble wrap on the top of that. But how much simpler?
I might, depending upon like the 7Fs and the 10s, because they're thin, I would stick a little sheet in there just to give them some cushion, just a little extra.
Just extra cushion, just so they don't bounce at
all. I love my blades. I love my blades. If one of the teeth break on that blade, it's done. It's trash. I will not have it again. I cannot get another one. They do not make them anymore. They do not make them the way they did 30 years ago. The blades they make now are essentially disposable. Blades they made then last 30 years. and those have been sharpened innumerable times.
Mm-hmm.
So, yeah, I am a little crazy with the bubble wrap.
But
Yeah.
all of your stuff not only gets to the sharpener in the exact same condition you dropped it at the mailbox at,
Oh, it comes back the same too.
it comes back to you wrapped up how you sent it to them. It's not unreasonable. I know not everyone has the same level of customer service, but it is not unreasonable at all to expect it to come back to you how you sent it out.
Yeah, and I mean, Abby even like retaped all of my bubble wrap.
She does.
She must have been like, by the time she hit Blade 24, she must have been like, oh my God, I'm going to kill her.
She thinks you're adorable, so that helps.
Thank God.
All right.
Because I
So
buy you liquor.
one thing I also want to touch on before we wrap it up today is sending clippers out. So my clipper of choice before I retired was the German red clipper. Love that clipper. But a lot of people didn't service those clippers, and most of the time I had to send them out to be serviced. So I couldn't really bring them to a trade show because more than likely there wasn't somebody there anyway who would be able to do the yearly maintenance on it. So that had to be wrapped up and sent out as well.
Which
Okay.
means you need to have 2 of those puppers.
Oh yeah. Please, come on. Who are you talking to? You're talking to a mobile groomer who has doubles of everything.
5. And I know there are a lot of people who go, "Well, I have one good shear." But how much does life suck? Ooh, Angie froze. That's a cute freeze though. Um, how much does life suck when your one favorite thing hits the floor or
Well,
gets
but
kicked out of your hands?
what I would do when I would send the clipper out anyway, is that I would literally mail it the day before heading out to a trade show, so that
Mhm.
at best I would be without it for
Yes.
maybe a day or so.
Yeah. Angie is still frozen on her 5. At least it's a good look.
Yeah, seriously, if you're gonna
You ever
freeze,
you ever pause the TV when you're watching a show and it's like an actor or actress that you love? Yep, she'll be back. And you freeze it and then you look and you're like, "Ooh, that's awkward."
there's
And it's like someone attractive, but you just hit pause when they were going. At least Angie got an attractive freeze.
okay. Giant kitty
Mm.
killed the power switch on the surge protectors.
Ah, that's funny.
Okay, so anyway, on that
That's
note,
legit funny.
we're gonna wrap it up because I want to make dinner before a board meeting. So we will catch everybody
Okay.
next week, and we'll have another topic. And still, Jesus, there we go. Hubby is watching Ted Lasso, in case anybody is wondering what's going on in the background. All right, so we'll see everybody next week. If anybody has any topics or something that they would like us to cover, please just let us know. And I will be a little clearer with the directions for my co-hosts. Good night.